Hey guys, welcome to Fishing with the K's. If you're new to the channel, my name is Johnny, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about my fishing tournament on Thames Ford Lake. The tournament was called Thames Ford Bass Classic, and if you didn't see my previous 3 videos, I did upload some videos that talked a little bit about my about my practice and how I got ready for the event. And today's video is actually going to be about the event. I decided to stay at an Airbnb close to the lake, and knew I had to be on the water at 5 a.m. and so set the alarm for 3:30, 4 o'clock. But the alarm even didn't get a chance to go off because I got woken up by a tornado warning, and so that was interesting, right? And so woke up to a tornado warning sound siren on my phone, and was looking at the weather and was really interested to see if I was able to get out to the water as early as I was planning on it. But things worked out. Was able to get to the boat ramp, get dumped in the water pretty quick. The guys that run the fishing tournament does a great job, making sure that folks back in their boats and quickly, and was able to find us parking and all the other fun stuff. And so early in the morning, the weather was still pretty calm, so I'm glad I got out there when I did. Don't fish a whole lot of tournaments, so made sure I got out there early, had plenty of time to prepare, and sat out there for a good 2 hours before we started the launch. But while we're sitting there waiting to launch, I decided to turn off my grass and just power pole down, as I didn't want to be wasting my batteries while I'm just sitting there waiting for the tournament to start. And started to fire up the grass, getting everything ready to go at 6:30 to prepare for a 7 o'clock launch, and noticed my live scope wasn't working. And so that's always fun. I've never had problems with the live scope. I did install the Mega 360 not too long ago, and was able to get on the water 2 or 3 times prior to the tournament to make sure everything worked. And went to go fire up that live scope, did some basic troubleshooting, and no luck. And time came, we launched, and had a few waypoints marked, and started heading to those waypoints. But when you're out there fishing a tournament and your boat number gets called and you're out there running, you kind of get in the moment of following the boat in front of you, and trying to dodge wakes and make sure no one runs up behind you. And that's what happened to me. After running the boat for about 10-15 minutes, I realized that I passed my first waypoint, and decided to fish some other waypoints that I dropped earlier in the week, and wanted to die down some because this tournament has like 170-ish boats, maybe. Don't quote me on that, but I know it was over 150 boats. And so I know I didn't want to run back towards the launch area, towards incoming traffic, and so fished the area that I was in for about 30 minutes, and was feeling super frustrated because the live scope still wasn't working. And so I knew I couldn't fish like that all day long, and let my brother hop up on the trolling motor while I did some troubleshooting. Long story short, I found a loose connection from the live scope box to the graph, and it was such a relief to see that guy unplugged, plugged it back up, and I was ready to go, and felt like I was able to fish again. So after fishing the area for about 30 or 45 minutes, decided to run back to that first waypoint. And of course there was 2 other peoples in this cut off the main lake, but we decided to fish on the outslide and slowly make our way in. Fished this area pretty thoroughly because I caught a few fish a few days prior and felt pretty confident that the fish were still there, but made our way back out towards the main lake and fished a little muddy point there, and my brother was able to catch a nice keeper smallmouth. So if you're not familiar with this tournament, there is a big bass check-in, I want to say at 11 o'clock, and we were able to catch this fish at 9:45. And now we got to decide whether or not we want to run in and weigh this fish in at 11 o'clock. And after calling the tournament director around 10:30, 10:45, we didn't have anything else to lose, and so decided to run in and weigh that fish in. And I want to say it was just like a little over 3 pounds. It's been a few weeks now since I fished in that tournament, but we thought it was going to be decent enough to maybe win $500 big fish. But I'm glad we went in because I was able to see how busy that boat ramp was where we launched, and the wind started to pick up, mid-morning, and it was super wavy and choppy by the boat ramp area. And so that's what I had to look forward to when we were coming in later in the day. And so my brother weighed that fish in, came back out, and fished a few other areas there close to the boat ramp. I figured that it was still early in the season and figure fish were still deeper towards that main lake and a little bit deeper, and just couldn't get on a good bite. If you watch my previous video, I was mainly throwing big baits as I was trying to get a big bite because this tournament paid well for big fish morning, big fish at the end of the day, and big fish smallmouth. And so with 170 plus boats out there, finishing 30th or 50th place didn't really get me much. I was going for a top 10 and big fish. But overall, had a great time fishing the tournament. It was probably the roughest fishing conditions I've fished in the last 3 years since I've been fishing. But I'm glad I did it. Had fun with the tournament, and we'll do it again next year. And hopefully the conditions are a little bit better. And I think that's all I got, for the tournament. I don't really have any good footage to show you all because I was mainly trying to stay afloat and while we're trying to fish this tournament and concentrate. And so didn't have the GoPro on and didn't have the camera set up in the back. Wanted to give my brother as much room as he needed back there. Again, we're fishing a tournament, trying to win some money. But if you're still watching, I appreciate you. I know it took me a while to get this fourth video up. I think this is my second or third time recording this video due to technical issues. But hey, it's out there now. Better late than never. That's all I got for today, guys. Talk to y'all later. Bye.